My name is Chris Hall out of Winston-Salem, the owner of Turfs Up Landscaping. And this video is to kind of give you an idea on how to start a landscaping lawn care business. So the first thing that you'll need is a great business plan. No business starts without a plan. You gotta know when you hop in the car, and if you don't know where you're going, you're just not gonna drive. You're gonna GPS that shit first. So it's the same when you run a business. Put something on paper. So make sure you have a good plan first before you get out there and try to spend any money or even talk to somebody. So something that comes in a good business plan is the type of yards that you want to do. Me personally, I target a certain type of yard. I don't want to be facing no whole bunch of hills, a lot of ditches, too many trees. That's when I first started, that stuff was okay. But now I'm about time. I'm about time. So you want to make sure that whatever yard you choose is going to be efficient for the type of work you're trying to do. If that's stuff you look for, then that's fine. But you need to find your ideal type of yard. The next thing I would say is the type of clients that you want, because now we know when you're dealing with people, it can go one or two ways. So I try to be upfront with my clients that I have. I tell them how the structure is gonna go. We walk through the property, walk through the yard. If it's any extra flower beds or any mulch that I need to keep my eye out on, all of that stuff should come up when you initially meet your clients. You need to know exactly what kind of job you're getting into, because when you finish and you get your truck loaded up, you don't want them to call you back and say, hey, I found the issue with this, or you missed this spot here. You don't want that. You don't want that. So you want to make sure you know the type of clients that you're dealing with. And let's see, next here on the list, business principles. You have to make sure that what you tell your people, you're gonna stand by. To me, word is bond, so you gotta make sure that when you tell them, hey, I'm gonna be there at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, that you're there at 9:50, 9:40, unloading the truck. You getting ready to touch down. 10 o'clock come, your mower is already on. You good to go. You ready to start cutting, man, make some money. And next, for under business plan, I would say you want to have a target area. You don't want to be driving all the way to point A, to point D, to point C, to point F, then back to point B. You want to kind of group your yards together. Like me personally, I have about 10 yards on my street alone. So if my truck broke down, I'll hop on my mower with the blower on my back, weed eater in hand, and I can cut each yard just like that. I don't even need a truck. I could just go just like that on foot, basically. 10 houses within less than a mile on my same street. So whatever, you want to try to group your properties close together so you're cutting down time on driving, and you have more time for cutting. It's a lot easier to go to house to house to house than versus having to load up all your equipment, put everything on your truck, and drive all the way across town to do another job. You could have knocked out 2, possibly 3 yards within that time it took you to drive and do all of that. So you want to make sure that you have your route and your schedule planned out best where it fits you to save you gas and definitely efficiency on time, so you're not going all over the place. The next thing on the list is your equipment. You want to make sure that your equipment is good to go. You don't want to be out there 90-degree plus heat and you out there struggling, pulling the fucking string, trying to get your mower or your weed eater started. You wasting time, and it's gonna be too hot for that. You want to cut, be able to get out there, do good work, and get on to the next job. You don't want to be struggling. So the first thing on the list is residential versus commercial equipment. That's probably the biggest thing. And I would say, guys, please do not waste your money. I know we hear this plane right now, but do not waste your money on residential equipment. If you're trying to go big, you're trying to go commercial. because if you do, you're just gonna be wasting money. This weed eater right here, was one of the first ones I've ever had. And when I tell you it gave me so much trouble, it wasn't even worth the time. And not only this, but you see it has a curved shaft, so that means when you out there edging and stuff, you got to get down versus being more comfortable and into your weight. And this thing trying to get started versus my Echo 225, not even a competition. The Echo 225 will blow this out the water any day of the week. So you want to make sure you get good equipment. This right here, you got Bowens, Craftsman, what else is out there that's freaking residential? I really can't think of all of them right now, but there's a lot of residential equipment out there. Stay away from it. If you want to go big, stay away from it, because it's gonna cause you a whole bunch of problems that you don't want to deal with. So make sure you get good equipment. This right here, this is my baby, my Echo 225 commercial grade, and you see it has a longer shaft than that one. It's right up to eye level. I don't even have to bend down. I could be edging the sidewalk. I won't even have to move. It's good to go, you know. And as far as starting, even in a cold start, it's 3-4 pulls and she ready. Versus this, versus the commercial, versus the residential side, you have to pull that sometime 10 times plus, even on the prime side, just to get it warmed up, to get it going. And when it comes to the heads of the weed eaters, come on here, let me show you this. When it comes to the heads of the weed eaters, switching out your line is gonna be very important, because you don't want to be spending a whole bunch of time trying to get your weed eater head changed. You want it to be quick and efficient. With this one right here, you just feed it through, twist, good. This right here, you got to take the whole entire thing off and get it set. And sometimes on a lot of jobs, when I first got started with this weed eater right here, the string in the inside would come it would unwind itself in the inside, and it would just become a whole clusterfuck and tangle. So I have to take it off and do it all over again. That's just taking too much time. You don't want to deal with that shit. All right, so what else we got? Let's see. You want to make sure that you, I hear a lot of guys out there, they say, well, Echo is better, Steel is better. They're top of the line. Echo is commercial grade, Steel is commercial grade, Husqvarna is commercial grade. I just don't like foreign. I prefer American. To me, Steel is my preference. Steel is not gonna let you down. And next in line comes Echo. I have a little bit of both for my equipment. Let's see. When I first got started, just a simple Hale hand blower. When I first got started, you know, not nothing major. It's by Steel. And I also have another one at the house too that I could break out and use no problem. But now I'm on to backpack. I use backpack blower now. This one is by Echo 2. It doesn't let me down no time. And when I very first got started, you definitely gonna need to push more. You're gonna need to push more. If you don't have anything else, just make sure you have a push more, a blower, and a weed eater. That's all you need. And next, for equipment, choosing your equipment, you have to choose a truck or a car. When I first started, I was running my lawn care business out of the back of my Jetta. So that just gives you an idea. So you use what you can use. If you got a freaking sharpened cart, you better tie your lawnmower to the back of that sharp cart and push it to your yard. So that's what you got to do. You just got to do what you got to do. Choosing the right truck when it comes to that. My truck is a 2-wheel drive. I drive a Ford. Shout out to all my Ford drivers. I have a Ford. It's 2-wheel drive, short bed. Not much. This is just your typical truck, but more is coming. more is coming. It's not much. We can get a quite little. We can get a little tape of it, right? Yeah. And come over to the front, show them a little farm tag we got. Little decoration. Yeah. So you want to make sure that people know what you're doing when it comes to this kind of business. You need to do some type of marketing on Facebook. You need some type of business cards via some type of shirt or something. When it comes to business, I remember when I was in school, my professor talked about the 3 F's: friends, families, fools. Those are 3 people when starting a business that you need to go to first. Friends, people that you know, hey man, let me cut your grass for you. I'm starting a little lawn care business. Help me get my business off the ground. Family, go to your family and say, hey, look, cuz I got this going on. Help a brother out. And fools. Fools will be any random person on the street. You got your business card with you. Say, hey, I cut lawns. Here's my card. Give me a call. So the last thing I'm gonna talk about in this video is payments, accepting the money. That's a big thing. Everybody want to know how am I gonna get paid. So I would say, people, please be direct with your clients. When it comes to setting prices, let them know, hey, this is gonna be $45. If I have to do additional weed eating, or you want this done, you want me to trim the bushes, get around the flower beds, that's gonna be extra, because that's causing you more time. So you need to charge more money. If you're out there, I'm trying to tell you guys, when I first got started, you out there one day on one job, you're losing so much, because there's guys out there that are rolling. You out there still on that one job, and they could be into their 3rd, 4th already. So you just need to be aware of that, and be direct with your clients. Let them know, say, okay, this job is going to be $55 is the amount that we agree on. Is that okay? They say yes, and then y'all lock it in, and then you go from there. But you want to make sure that you both have an agreement, so when it comes time for you to get paid, there's no bullshit. And I would say another thing, if you have to, I know some guys out there do contracts. This year I am going to implement contracts in my business just for those clients that want to pay. You know, you have some clients that they want to be put on a schedule, which is fine, so they'll only pay you once a month. If they pay you only once a month, then you'll execute 2 or 3 cuts depending on the month, or if it's rainy season. But you guys need to have that wrote down in paper. Say, hey, I'm gonna cut your yard on this day of the month, and I'll be back again on this day, and then you pay me on the following month at the 1st. But you need to make sure that that's in writing, because if it's not, then it's kind of like up in the air. You know what I'm saying? So when you're doing business, you want to make sure it's done legit to protect yourself, number one. You know what I'm saying? And just to protect the client, the homeowner, just to make sure everything's done the right way. And another thing for me, I'm not one of those persons that accept 1,000 different payment methods. For me, I'll take cash app, and also PayPal. A lot of people, they say, well, Venmo this, or no, those are what I take. I need you to accustom to that, because I don't want to be going all the way out the way just so I can change it up for, you know, one client when there's systems already in place. That's the best thing, guys. Get you some systems in place and rock with those, so you're not doing a whole lot of changing if you don't have to. So that's very important, because you don't want to have to go through the runaround to get your money. So you want to make sure that all of that's set in stone, and you guys are at an agreement, and you know what's going to be paid and how everything is going to flow. So to save you time, that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you stuck around to the end. If you did, please like and subscribe, because it will help the channel grow.